Welcome back to our tour of the Northwest and American Truck Simulator today. Well, you may have noticed we are in a different truck from the previous two parts. Yeah, it's a truck that I just got. Peterbilt 362 Cabover. I spent some time building and designing this, and I think this will be fun. I want to take this on some of the trip. I got this truck from the same place I get my other trucks. Link is down in the description below. Anyway, so today we are taking... Let's go ahead and see if we can get going here. We got a delivery of, well, actually, I'm not quite sure. It's very short. I didn't look at what it was. Picked it up from a boat yard here. And we are taking it from, we're leaving right where we left off in Bellingham, Washington, up the far, far northwest. And we are going, this has got to be one of the most scenic roads that we've taken. We are going on a really, really squiggly, kind of off the main route kind of road along the Canadian border to Colville. So it's the northernmost road that we can take here through Washington. And we are stopping for one viewpoint along the way. And it's quite a bit out of the way. Well, it's not like it's out of the way per se. It's just on a very long road up there. So there should be a lot of views and a lot of cool things to see. I'm really eager to see everything up there. And this is my first time driving this truck, so let's see how it goes. But yeah, I just got this. Got it all set up. And I'm eager to take this. I totally love the black Freightliner that we've been driving, of course. But, you know, the whole idea to having more than one truck is you can kind of, you know, drive whatever you're in the mood for. Now, I've not driven a Cabover in a while. Kind of have a bit of a different turning radius, so I'm trying to keep that in mind. Well, I'm turning right here. Well, I should know where we're going because this is the way I took to get here. All right, trailer's short. Yes, yeah, almost clipped that car. The trailer's short, but Cabovers have a way shorter wheelbase than the other trucks, so I got to remember to turn it a little bit wider so that I don't, you know, snap something with my trailer. I'd like to avoid that. Because the truck is shorter, you can turn way sharper. Because you can turn sharper, yeah, your trailer will tend to go with you, so you want to keep it nice and wide. So I didn't, you know what, I didn't check the map to see what roads we're taking, and I always say that we should do that, and yeah, I should have checked what roads we're taking. Basically, though, we're just sticking along the north here. It shouldn't be complicated. This is not an interstate route. Yeah, we're not taking the interstate on much of this, I don't think. It's mostly, oh, the stoplight is way back here. I was kind of looking up by the lights. So what I'm saying with that is, because we're not taking the interstate for a lot of it, there's not going to be there shouldn't be a lot of complicated on ramps, off ramps, and stuff like that. It should just be should be straightforward to follow. Because usually when I take the freeway, I always make sure and like really check the route so I know what ramps we're using. But so here's a nice. Yeah. Whoa. Okay. I gotta remember with yeah, it's a Cabover. There's no hood on the thing, so I can pull up a little farther. Let's get an idea how far we can pull up to a stoplight with this guy. Okay. Yeah, a little farther. A little farther. Usually, I want that line kind of right where the other one is. Yeah. So I'm pulling forward about. Okay. Wanted to get an idea. Yeah, it's a nice looking truck. I like these old classic trucks like this. I mean, I'm not much one for Cabovers, but America made some beautiful Cabovers back in the day, back when, I mean, I don't think any truck maker in America still makes them since like the 80s, but when they used to, yeah, these are just really classic, good looking trucks. Sometimes you see these around. I mean, you don't see many Cabovers in America, but sometimes you'll see one of these old classic ones. We're still in the town of Bellingham. Yeah, same town. I just swapped the truck out. So we just got to get out of town here. And we're hanging a right here. Still getting used to the new truck. Hope that it's an easy process. And yeah, how close can I come to this car? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm trying to get the spaces of the truck right so I know like where I can stop. Like, that's a good place to stop. Yeah, I'm used to leaving room for a hood in front of me. And from the cab, there's not much of a difference. don't see much different. You just got to remember that, yeah, you get a little more room to pull up. Now, I want to make this turn without whacking anything with the trailer. Yeah. I think this should be fairly easy. Well, I mean, yeah, just getting used to a different truck, you know. Now, where I have my GPS monitor in this truck, again, I haven't driven it yet. I can't really see the speed limit. So, I'm going to have to watch the signs more. I've been depending on my GPS to tell me the speed limit, but I'm going to have to watch the signs more. Or I can move the GPS monitor, but right up there seemed kind of out of the way. Stop for a way station. I guess that's right. Yep, right here. Let's see here. Oh, there we go. Oh, I hate when they have like a 10 mile an hour speed limit in these things. Okay, this one doesn't. It had a sign, but it doesn't. It's not enforcing it. I think they changed it. I think they all used to be like 10 miles an hour, and if you went over that, you were speeding. And I hated that because it's so hard to go that slow. It's just painstaking. Let's see how much we weigh here. 46,000 pounds. He has a pretty short trailer. Yeah, I expect to see some really, really beautiful views. I mean, we're as far north as we can get in America. In Washington here, it's yeah, it is, and it's a very curvy road. So we're starting off on I-5. We're gonna want to get over here. And so knowledge of Washington speed limits tells me I can go 60. Yeah, I can't really read my GPS. But this truck has really readable gauges. Unlike some other trucks I've driven, it's really easy to see my speed and everything else. So mostly I just had the GPS for just the route itself. And here's where we're going to get off the freeway. I knew we weren't spending much time on the freeway. This could be, there's some point up here where we're going to go way, way, way up north on some road, and it may be gravel, I'm not sure, because on the map it looked pretty not like a main road. Sorry. I was watching the thing that might turn signal, and here we want to hang a right. So far the truck's driving pretty smooth. Okay, yeah. I think we're stuck pretty good here. Yeah, I'm trying to get the hang of that. Every truck's different, you know. That is a nice looking truck. It has all these classic paint jobs available for it. I went with this, this really cool blue and white one. And I went with some blue and white lights. This truck actually also went for some blue under chassis glow, which normally I don't do, but I think it'll look really spiffy on this truck. I didn't want to make the truck look too custom. Just kind of, it's kind of my style I've mentioned before, the truck stop custom, you know, just a little bit, just with some accessories and stuff. I don't want it to be like a little, you know, a little lower profile than like a show truck. Yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll definitely have a lot of trees. I expect to see, a lot of roads like this here. Lots of forest to drive through. We're starting off in the morning, as it happens, so we'll have good light throughout the scenic highway. Some kind of, I didn't read all this. It's some kind of scenic highway. All right, we're going to Colville. That's what I know the destination. What's our speed limit look like? I'm not sure. I think like 55. Oopsie there. Alright. Yeah, 55. I'm going to want to read the signs more. I like the smaller, more out-of-the-way GPS because I like to see the scenery. I mean, that's why I'm going on these trips like this, these really scenic deliveries. So I like a GPS that doesn't take up, it doesn't block it out. But that means, pretty small generally. Luckily, this truck has a very handy information panel there to the right of the steering wheel. This truck's got a really visible and handy information panel. A lot of trucks, you can't really can't read it sometimes. And the place we're going to, the place I mentioned, is way out of the way. It's the only viewpoint on our trip, oddly, because this is, looking at the map, it looked very scenic. Well, there's only one on the way there, and we have, so there's 333 miles remaining. This is all in Washington. This is basically from the far northwest of Washington, straight across the top to the far northeast. 369 miles, I think it was total. That's with our, here's our detour up there to the viewpoint I was just speaking of. That's right up here. And this road looks really squiggly and out of the way and really long. It could be like 40 miles long. I'm not sure. Whoa. And I almost passed it. Oh, I knew it was going to come up out of nowhere, but that was... Okay, yeah, and it looked like it could be a gravel road. So this should be a really cool drive here, and we're going to want to keep it kind of slow. Oh, yeah. So this could be a minute up this. We should see some really cool stuff. It's taking us up to, it looked like some kind of lumber mill. Here we can get a cool outside view here. Yeah, it's kind of a bumpy road. Kind of a bumpy road. Wow, look at those mountains up there. It's going to be easier to drive from inside the cab. Well, if I can go 20 miles an hour, that would be better. I can set my cruise control at 20. I don't want to go too fast. Let's at least, let's move it up to 25 here. Well, let's try this. I'm upping the speed. Well, because I'd like to. We'll keep it at 30 and see how this goes, but I'm going to take it down for this. So this truck I'm running so this is a mod truck by John Ruda, by johnruda.com. That's where I get my trucks, and they're really good quality. This one is using, I have just the regular engine and transmission that I always use, the ones that come with the truck. So this has the engine sounds and everything, in other words, that the truck was meant to come with, and I just left the transmission in that was with it because I figured it's going to be the most realistic. And it's got a 13-speed transmission. Usually I have an 18-speed transmission in my truck. This is a 13-speed. All right, see, I told you it was a squiggly road. Didn't really know quite what to expect. How are we on this turn? Yeah, just fine. Ooh, you need some power for this hill. Well, I got 500 horsepower of Caterpillar here. Yeah, this has a Caterpillar engine in it. Yeah, you know, I saw this road. I saw it was really long and squiggly, and I was like, yeah, that could be like 30 or 40 miles. It's kind of what it looked like on the map. And I was like, well, it could be gravel. I didn't really think that, I didn't put those two together. So, wow. Beautiful place to take a truck. For sure. So, yeah, it's a viewpoint that we're going to. We'll have a cutscene, and it should be pretty cool looking. Narrow bridge. How narrow. Remember that one bridge? It was in Oklahoma, the Oklahoma video series I did, and I believe it was either part 4 or part 5. I think it was part 5, the last one I did. And we went over that bridge that was just like some wooden palisades up along the side of a cliff. That was by far the sketchiest bridge I've taken in this game. Yeah, of course, that wasn't even on a regular road. That was on one of those hidden pathway roads that aren't even on the map. And we had, yeah, a full-length truck, 18-wheeler, you know, with semi and everything across that. I said, well, I mean, because this is a short truck and we have a short trailer. Oh, wow, this road is pretty squiggly up here. Let's get back up to our, wherever we had the cruise control set at. is going up this entire time. This is like up, up, up. And then we have some really crazy squiggles up ahead, it looks like. I think coming down this, if I have any kind of speed coming down this, we're going to want to have the engine brake on. One second here. There we go. I'm going to pull the camera out here. I had to pause the game right quick there, and then I decided, yeah, let's pull the camera out. These are pretty sharp turns. Luckily, our trailer's not too long. Yeah, they're not too sharp. On the map, they look so tight. I was like, man, am I going to have to like 2-point these turns? But nah, they're not that sharp. Wow. We're getting really up here. Yeah, I knew it was going to be scenic. Promised you guys that much. And that much we have. Now let's pull up this part. It looks like we can put our cruise control back on up here. It's getting a little straighter. Dang. This logging place is way up here. I'll have to come up here sometime for a delivery. Oh. It looks straighter on the map. Let's see if I can put my cruise control back on for this. Not really. I don't feel comfortable going 25 miles an hour. Whew. Wow. There's some roads like this where I live. Well, and I guess kind of what I expected in Washington too. I've seen some, there's some like logging shows, on Netflix and stuff up in this area in like British Columbia and stuff like that. And this is pretty much what it looks like. Well, we're really close to British Columbia. We're not far from the border at all. Alright, here's our little viewpoint. We'll have to go up further to turn around. Oh, there's a guy cutting some logs. Alright, so I'm eager to see what this all looks like. Let's put our parking brake on for this. Alright, let's have a look at this, because I drove all the way up here to see Washington Timber Harvest Site. So that's the road we just came up. Wow. Well, yeah. I was expecting to see some big equipment like a yarder or, oh, yeah, kind of this right here. I was just thinking, I was expecting to see equipment moving around. And I guess I was looking also, and I saw that our truck's short enough, we could probably turn around here, but if we go up there to turn around, we'd probably see some of what's up there. That was not okay, that wasn't a terribly long cutscene. All right, cool. Let's get our truck back on here. And before I take off the parking brake, I'm going to want to be on the throttle, I think. Yeah. Up here, yeah, convenient place to turn around. Oh, cool. We got a little achievement there. Drive through the forest road to up somewhere. Basically, go here. An achievement for going here. Let's see. I was going to go that way, but it looked like it might be blocked off, so let's go this way. Yeah. All right, and we'll just turn around. Well, may as well. Oh, no, that's blocked off, too. Let's turn around here. Well, cool. I'm glad we came up here. On the way down, I'm going to want to watch. When we get to the straighter sections, the way down, I'll turn on my engine brake. I mean, you could get yourself in the trouble on that road, you know. There's a lot of drop-offs here. You could get yourself in the trouble. Well, you know, yeah. So again, yeah, that's cool. We got an achievement just for coming up here. Well, it's worth it. Still got 300 miles left, but glad we came up here. And should be able to pretty much just kind of stay on the brakes on the way down. We've taken some, definitely, we've taken some out of the way roads to get to viewpoints before. That's been the longest. Sure is cool up here though. Like we're still going up. Kind of expected to be going down pretty good by now. I guess, well, we got to be going down at some point. Yeah, I guess here. Let's keep that on just for safety. Unless it gets too annoying, kind of like it was starting to. Some of these turns are sharp. Turn it off for the turns. But just, I got the controls for the engine brake are over on the dashboard, so I have to keep reaching up and hitting it. But, you know, if that's what keeps us from sliding off the mountain, I'm all in for that. Straighter on us. I can, yeah, here pretty soon. I think I can resume our cruise control. Oh, you know, I hit resume at my cruise control, and then I went to grab a drink, and then, yeah, I wasn't going fast enough for it to resume. There we go. Well, we may have not been on any kind of freeway, but it certainly was a lot easier to drive than this. I mean, it was twisty and turny. It'll be cool when we get back on the road. Now that we've seen the viewpoint, yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to getting back on the road here. First, we have probably the sharpest turn of the whole road right here. Wait, I was going to look at my trailer, but I don't want to... Okay, we're good. I didn't want to, yeah, drive off this edge over here. We must be getting close. close. Yeah, there's the road up there. Well, on the map, that is. You see the road on the map. Alright. Well, that was fun. That was fun. We're almost back to the road. Definitely way out there. But that's the only way to get that viewpoint. You got to go up there. Might do some logging deliveries up here. I haven't done one yet. Well, that's because I'm just kind of trying to pick a good delivery, whatever delivery I think would be good for the video. And I'm going by, well, we're in the Northwest, so I'm picking deliveries that are in the Northwest, and I'm trying to pick deliveries. So I'm kind of looking at the towns, which delivery goes to which towns, and how many miles they are. I'm trying to keep it between 300 and 500 miles, so I can't be too choosy about what it is I deliver. Alright, back on pavement. It feels really good to be back on pavement, not gonna lie. And we can go up to 55 miles an hour for the first time in a minute. Oh, for a moment we can anyway. Town here, a little mountain town. Oh wow, look at the mountains up there. Nice. I'm all leaning forward in my seat. Yeah, totally. Well, it's so immersive and realistic. I found myself leaning down in my seat trying to look up at the top of the mountains, but that's not going to help now, is it? Oh, I like these kind of bridges. These are cool. Oh, but we're not going over it. That scared me. And carefully approach the speed limit, but tunnel. Second here. Oh, that's a really cool view. Very cool. Yeah, this is going to be a beautiful drive if it's all like through this. Looks a lot like the place I used to live. I've lived at various places up in the mountains mostly in Colorado. Lived a lot of places in the mountains in Colorado for 25 years or so. Lived a few places that looked like this, so this is very familiar, is what I'm saying. Said 30 miles an hour, but it didn't seem like that part of a turn. Whoa, it kind of bumped my view there. I was trying to look out the window, but let's focus on the road. I wanted to see what was over there, but pretty tight quarters here on the road. Got a cab over here, so I mean, yeah, I'm sitting higher and just in a different position than I'm used to. Probably stop for some rest when we find the chance to. It's a good thing that we started off as early in the morning as we did, because yeah, this is not the kind of road that would lend itself to have a lot of rest stops. It's not something I even looked for. Shame on me for that. I should have. It's always something you should look for, and I didn't. This is about the prettiest place you could drive a truck, I think. Let's see. Make sure my speed is right. Well, I got it set at 50. Wow. Mountains. This looks like, well, again, I can only really compare. Most of the mountain driving I've done is in Colorado, which reminds me of Monarch Pass a little bit. Yeah, we can up the speed here a little bit, I think. And I don't have any of the fancy textures or anything. This is just a, just the game graphics. It looks really nice, but I'm kind of wondering, what if I had like improved mountain textures or whatever, which I don't. What if I had some of those? I don't know. I've always been happy with just the graphics that it comes with, and yeah, it looks really good. Honestly, it does. That's why I never bothered with any of those. So we got 159 miles left. Not very far. Might have to rest just because. I don't know. I mean, we got the thing that's saying we need to rest fairly soonish, but it's only 2 p.m. Of course, I think I left before I started recording the video. I left, I don't know, 7 o'clock, something like that. this was one of those roads that you wouldn't normally explore this road unless you had this exact delivery. You know, it's so out of the way, so north, and not one of the main routes. I jumped at the chance to take this delivery. There's not much other reason you drive these roads up here, and that's exactly what I was going for in this series, you know. Like, what's this up here? Let me turn this off. What's this road up here? Can we go down this, I wonder? I'm curious. I mean, speaking of roads you wouldn't normally see, this is definitely a road you wouldn't normally drive on. Let's see what it is. Probably just a delivery point or something. Oh, it's going to open for us. Yeah, I just wanted to see what was here through an orchard. Well, we're in Washington. Maybe it's a vineyard. That's cool. Yeah, I was just speaking of roads you wouldn't normally, travel down, and I saw this up there, and I was like, oh, why not? Yeah, I don't know if it's an orchard or a vineyard or probably just it says something crops. I just said that because there's a lot of some of the most famous wine labels in America. Well, California is known for wines, but largely so is Oregon and Washington. I'm not a huge wine guy, but I have wine knowledge from working at I used to work at a wine store. Looks like we're coming to a town up here, and we have something. Where's my... There. Hazards. There we go. I just figured I should turn on my hazards if I'm going the wrong way in the lane for a second there. And trying to watch all the traffic and everything and our speed, and 35, that's what I was looking for. A little town here, it sounds like a Native American name or something, so I can't pronounce it. Well, not so quickly, it's kind of an odd word. The sign flashed by so quick. I love driving through little towns in America. It's one of my favorite things about road trips. Driving through cool little towns like this. Speed limit 25. I thought, no, it is 35. I don't know why I said I was speeding. Maybe it just went back up. Small town America. Is that yeah, it is. Let's stop here. Quick decision. Let's stop here and rest, because it's saying that we're pretty tired, and we're not that far from the destination, but it can't hurt to pull over here before the thing starts yawning and screaming at me to stop. Can we stop and rest? I guess here by these trucks. Might be able to pull over by the bus. Yeah, it's kind of not super obvious, so I'll just pull in beside this truck here. Now, first time backing this truck up. Yeah, I'm used to having a long truck. Whoa, this thing swings around way faster. Yeah, this truck swings around way faster. Oh, it should be good for backing in tight spaces. It'll allow us to, yeah. All right. All right, here we are at 11:40 a.m. Is my brake on? Yeah, it was. All right. All right, let's get going again. We are good on fuel. It's one reason, like, as I level up, I don't usually take, I'm not taking any more points in fuel economy. I'm trying not to. Every time I level up, because the way I see it, realistically, we can go so far in one tank of fuel. I hardly ever have to refuel, it seems. I only got a couple points in fuel economy. I don't take anymore because I like having to occasionally actually get fuel. I think it's kind of an odd skill to have. I mean, how does driving skill equate to going farther? All right. So, 108 miles. Yeah, it's not very far, but the speed limit, we've not had the highest speed limits, now that I think about it. You know, when we embarked on this, it was, what, 300? It said 369 on the map, but we've not had the highest speed limits throughout this. Usually we're traveling on the freeway. I think the speed limit here is 50, I think that's what it said. Yeah, I might move the GPS. I don't know, I like it up there, it's kind of out of the way, but at the same time, as I've said earlier, can't really read the speed limit too well. But that's okay, got to rely on the signs. Just like the first time that Freightliner Cascadia that I have, I drove it in a couple episodes in Oklahoma. That's the first time I had a truck where you couldn't see the mirrors on the side when you're sitting there. Usually you try to get your position so you can see the mirrors, but I found driving that, not being able to see the mirrors, actually ended up providing a better experience because I was looking around more. It got me looking around more to see the mirrors like you actually would. So now I drive just regular like this, and yeah, I had to take out a loan to buy this truck, so that's the loan coming through. With this truck, I can't really read the numbers in the GPS like at all, so that's cool. It has me looking at the dashboard and stuff more and reading the signs more. Might end up being better in the long run. Got another little town here. Yeah, driving that Cascadia was definitely better overall. Once I got used to trucks where you can't see the mirrors, I prefer it that way now. It's more immersive if I turn my head and look. And I got better at driving too because I found myself turning more and looking around the cab. Better overall. All right, speed limit here, I think it's still 25. Oh, up to 35. Back up, yeah, 60 miles an hour. It's the speed limit in Washington for trucks. It's not bad. It's better than California where you have to go 55. This truck has a nice sounding engine. Definitely, I noticed that right off the bat about this truck. I like that a lot. And yeah, again, it has been a scenic drive. Well, I knew it would be when I saw that road. I was like, well, that's got to be scenic going up. You know, probably only like, yeah, like probably only like 100 kilometers from the Canadian border. Like the paint job on this truck. I think it's one of my favorite things about it. I love that classic. I love that classic paint job it's got on it. It had so many cool paint job options like that. sometimes it's kind of hard for me to find one I really like. This truck, I was looking through the paint jobs and they were all just, wow, like from the 70s and 80s style. There's so many trees you can't see. Well, I was gonna say there's so many trees you kind of can't see the scenery, and then I started to say there's so many trees you can't see the forest, and then I realized, oh, that's kind of a backwards way of saying an old saying, but there are so many trees you can't see the forest. Miles. So I guess it's the next town or something. We got a downhill section here. Junction, something half a mile. Yes, slow down here. There we go. Whew. I turned my engine brake off, and then I saw how quickly I was moving up on that truck, and I was like, "Whoa, let's turn it back on and slow down." And we're hanging right here toward Colville. That's where we're going. Well, let's remember to return. Yeah, when I saw how fast this little truck turned when I was backing into that space to rest, I'm gonna have to get used to that. Backing up with this guy, the thing practically just rotated when I turned it. Cool little river. That's Colville right up there. Yeah, it's the next town. It says 8 miles. It looks farther than that. It sometimes does it on deliveries. When you get close to the delivery, sometimes it'll say like 3 miles, but it'll take like 5 minutes to get there. Wait, what's the speed limit? Oh, well, now it's 35. 9 out of 16. This video series is the first time, well, the second time, I guess, I've been up to Washington. Apparently, I've done 1 or 2 other deliveries. I don't recall. Railroad Street. We had a railroad street when I lived in, for a time, I lived in a town in Colorado. We had a railroad street. Of course, it's a pretty generic name. I guess pretty much any town could have one. Of course, the town I lived there, I don't recall there being a railroad there. I don't recall there being a train. No, there must have been, because there was a train yard down there. Yeah, but I don't recall seeing any train tracks. Oh well. Can't tell if our delivery's on the left or the right, but it is right up here. Alright, and it's on the right. There it is. Sell goods. Yeah, I always look and see what my delivery is, and I didn't this time. I forgot. But I picked it up from a boatyard. And we're going here. Ah, come on, little truck. Alright, let's see where it wants us to... Alright, so, again, first time backing our little Peterbilt. I mean, it's not little, but it's short. It's a short little guy. Alright, so we're putting it in right there. Alright, well, luckily our trailer's short too. Now, that doesn't necessarily make it easier, though, because short truck, short trailer, snappier turning. But easier to, yeah, align like this. In fact, there, we're already, oops, and there, we're already in the right position to go back. So, yeah, snappier turning. I'll just have to watch that when we back up because it'll hook faster. Yeah, it hooks faster. Gotta watch that I don't whip the cab around too fast. You need to start bringing it around. I'm going super slow because, wow, one thing I gotta say, let's go back more. Yeah, you know, I thought I was gonna one-shot it, but it's really snappy. Alright, it should be good there. Yeah, and having a shorter truck, we get all the room in the world to go forward now. There we go. Yeah, transitioning from a longer truck, you just got to go a little bit slower. All right. So that went fairly well, especially for the distance we had and the low speed limit we had. I thought it was going to take, I thought that was going to be a longer drive. It was definitely a pretty drive like I thought it would be. So we're starting off, we're going to be starting off in, let's go ahead and... So we're starting off here in Colville, Washington. We're in far northeast Washington. And I'm going to find us a delivery for our new Peterbilt 362 cab over here. I really like driving this thing. I mean, it's a beautiful little truck. I think it is. Tell me what you think in the comments below. And then here in a couple days, I'll have part 2 of this. I'm just going to go find it right now, and I'll see you guys in a couple days. I'm going to go find us another delivery up here in the Northwest, preferably with some really cool views and neat places to stop. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button if you like the video, and subscribe to the channel to follow along with more of American Truck Simulator and Farming Simulator 22. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you in the next one.